All right, I think we can continue as others join. We can continue as others join. So let me share the slide again. All right, so we're talking about using AI to have insights in terms of business intelligence. You can use it to help you as a business to have some insights of your business intelligence, so much that the decisions that you'll be making will be guided by, will be having some intelligence, and you're going to be fast in terms of what development of what or you'll be very fast in terms of making decisions which are intelligent, and you will not be late, all right, in your decision making within your business. And then we can use artificial intelligence to have that business intelligence. There are quite a number of tools that involve the use of artificial intelligence in business intelligence. Popular tools include Power BI, Tableau, etc. You can use Power BI, which is a Microsoft software that can be used for business intelligence. And the good thing about Power BI is it can actually import, or it can incorporate artificial intelligence within, you can actually incorporate AI within Power BI, all right? You can also use Tableau, which is also another business intelligence tool. Again, it also adopt AI, machine learning in its work, in its functions within your business intelligence. Maybe if I can pose a question here. In your different business backgrounds or business environments that you come from, can you highlight the type of intelligence that you need? And then maybe we can see how AI can come in and aid in providing that business intelligence. Blessed, can you want to say something?
No. May we have the question again?
All right, the question
Hello,
is,
sir.
Yes, Doctor.
Hello, sir. Yes, I have an interest in agriculture. You might be aware of that. And so when I have my products from the farm, I would need to know where to sell them. So I would want to know the prices within the regions, the various regions, like provinces, timely, so that at least I can quickly decide whether I'm going to sell to Bokwe or to Mani or to Mashingo.
All right. That's a good one, Doc. So Doc here is saying he's into some agricultural business, and he wants to have some intelligence in terms of the market, all right? In terms of the market, where the products can be sold out. So obviously the first thing that you'd need here, all right? The first thing that you'd need is to have some web presence, all right? So to have some web presence, to have a website, all right? Or to have a mobile application, to have it on mobile application or on your phone, all right? Now, within your website, you can now add some artificial intelligence, so much that it will be able to scan through the different possible markets for your products and the possible price tags for your product. And then it can actually give you a dashboard. You'll be having a dashboard or some visuals. It shows you maybe some graph, and it tells you that maybe your cabbages are going to sell better in Buluwayo at this much, all right? So much that when you are going to deploy your products to the market, you actually know that I'm going to sell to Blue Whale because it's fetching the highest price. But also it would also have factored in the aspect of the cost to deliver the product to Blue Whale. So it's not only looking at the price, it's going to sell for this much. It also considers the aspect of the cost to distribute to Blue Whale. So you can apply what we call web scraping. All right, web scraping, where you be analyzing information on the cyberspace, and then it's going to be presented to you in a graphical view. It's going to give you some visuals with a dashboard, so much that it is going to help you to make a decision, an intelligent business decision. Dr. Famba, are you happy?
I'm very, very happy. And I think after this course, we should start working on something like that together.
No, that's fine, Doc. That's fine. That's fine. We had no, is it Nomo or Tafazo with some hand up? You wanted to say something?
Okay. I would love artificial intelligence because we are into mobile phone distribution. So I would love to AI to assist in customer experiences, because with the cell phones, there are some things that customers need to know that might not be explained by our sales reps. So we want AI to develop a software which is able to give important information. Like we have challenges. Some of our customers, they don't know where the line is going to be inserted, which is something that can be, if we have an AI, maybe chatbot, someone can just go on the chatbot and type that I want to insert with a SIM card on a way P40 Lite, so that the information can come. And also there are some of the issues which might not be a problem, but needs information. So that's such kind of information we want it to be on an AI, artificial intelligence system, so that we don't have problems with our customers.
Yes, thank you very much. So mainly, if I hear you very well, it's mainly about feedback from the customers or from your clientele, of which you can, like you have highlighted, you can use the chatbot, where your clients can actually interact with your chatbot, and then maybe they can send requests in terms of if they buy a Samsung whatever model, they can actually type that, and then they're given all the information regarding the Samsung, the mobile device they would have bought. And also we can go to the extent of, if maybe not only a chatbot can do that, you can even have your software on the web, or a web application. And then maybe they can actually be given a video which shows how to insert these components, like you're saying, how to insert your SIM cards, how to charge whatever. All the steps can be given in terms of what? Of a video, all right, which they can follow, and they can get assistance, all right? Then, when you're employing a chatbot in AI, it falls under what we call rule-based AI, where you've got some set of rules. All right. So if a customer is going to ask a question which is not part of this set of rules, your chatbot is going to be stuck at some point, because it doesn't know. All right. It has not been told that if you are given this kind of a question, this is how you respond. So it's somehow limited. But we also have artificial intelligence systems which are able to learn, which can develop themselves. They can learn as they go, from user experiences, from user interactions, like for example, the chatbot, from these interactions that it is having, this is actually becoming better and better and better because it is learning from these interactions. So these experiences, it is actually learning, and it is perfecting how it responds to the user request. If you look at the chatbot, the way it responds today and the way it responds after a week, you'd see that it would have improved from that, from the interaction that it is having today. It is learning and it is perfecting as it goes. So we've got different types of these AI systems, the ones which are able to learn, but the ones which are able to learn, they are also demanding in terms of hardware support. All right. It ought to have huge amounts of RAM and also huge processing power so that it is able to update itself and learn and perfect itself as it goes. All right. There's a hand up from Blessed. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm into environmental health and safety, so I would like AI to develop a software which may help to assist me, maybe using a camera phone to identify hazards and risks associated within my occupational workplace and give me control measures.
Wonderful. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, you can actually have in artificial intelligence, we have what we call if we can call it what image processing, where we are saying you can actually have a surveillance camera or which is always checking within your environmental space, and it's checking and then it's picking those as it's checking. It's going to detect the different images and help you to make an informed decision making. Or you can actually develop an Android app. An Android app is basically a software which runs on your Android phone. So much that if you capture an image, then the image is processed and then you're given an output in line with your environment. But one most important aspect is training your model. Very important. Training your model so that it understands your environment. It understands your environment so much that when it is given a picture within your environment, it is able to know and to make a decision. So with convolutional, we call it convolutional neural network. We'll talk about neural networks later on. We have what we call neural networks within the AI environment. So we've got what we call a convolutional neural network, which is there to do image processing, and it can classify images and make informed decisions within your environment. Very, very important. All right. So you see, AI actually fits in almost every business environment. It's not limited, but it's important that when you are developing the model, you train it so much that it understands your environment. All right. No more, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to understand if you have on cloud-based system, how do you, I just want to understand in when you were saying about learning chatbot, you said it requires a computer with
more processing power.
Yes. So I just want to understand with cloud-based, are we able to store those artificial intelligence on cloud-based storage?
Yes,
where you can operate it.
Yes, no more. We can use the cloud in terms of storage. And one advantage of using the cloud is it's going to be available 24/7. You know that this side of the world, we sometimes we lose power, electricity goes, and then we are down. But if you're using a cloud, there's going to be some backup, power backup, and all. So it's going to be available 24/7. And a cloud-based server, you know, the space on the cloud will be sold to you. All right. So depending on the amount of space that you require, it also determines the amount of money that you pay for the space. But yes, we can use the cloud to use it in terms of processing power and also in terms of what? Of space. Nowadays, companies are moving away from on-site servers to the cloud servers. Why? Because we are buying space in line with our business requirements. And also we are not limited in terms of processing what? Power. And because of these developments that now we can use the cloud, this is why AI is taking center stage, because we are no longer limited in terms of space and also in terms of processing power. But using the cloud comes also with its own disadvantages. The moment we use the cloud, there is with security, because you're putting your data, your system on the internet, and then there's a need for us to have secure systems to make sure that we are secure the moment we use our cloud services. And also there are issues to do with security in terms of submitting our data to the cloud. We don't know these cloud companies, what they're going to do with our data. So some of them, they might act unethically by selling our data, maybe to us and what have you. So the cloud comes with its own limitations, but it is critical and it is important to make sure that we are secure when we are using the cloud. And we can actually develop and deploy AI systems on the cloud, and they can work perfectly within our environments. All right, let us move on. Let's move on to the other example of artificial intelligence. We can have what we call personalized and targeted marketing. So we all understand that the key to growing company revenue requires knowing the wants of a consumer and knowing what to market to each consumer. In our world of increasing digital engagement, customers have extremely limited time, with too many companies trying to market their products to them. This accounts for the rising need to market only what attracts each customer and knowing who to market each of our company's product to. So we're not longer just marketing, but we are marketing, we are targeting our market using artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence, we use it to classify our markets, and then we market according to those customer preferences. So with the data obtained from the online activities of customers, companies can now use AI to predict and target who to market a particular product to in order to increase the chances of sales and effectiveness of marketing activities at the same time, reducing the overall marketing costs. So we're no longer doing marketing that way where you just market to everyone, but you are marketing where they need, being guided by artificial intelligence. All right. So, for example, I think most of you guys have been on YouTube or on Facebook, on all these social media platforms. You realize that many of these social media platforms is using artificial intelligence to suggest possible products to you in line with your preference. So the moment you go on Facebook, if you are someone who is into football, you're going to like football groups. And then Facebook is actually taking note that you like football groups, and then it is going to suggest other football. It's not going to suggest rugby groups or cricket groups, but it's suggesting football groups based on your user preferences. So the moment you log in, and then you do your clicking, your movement on the cyberspace is being monitored, and then you're going to suggest in line with your what? With your preferences. All right. So it's not going to be marketing which is not informed, but your marketing is going to be guided by user preferences using what we call personalized marketing, guided by artificial intelligence. You can also have product recommendation and predictive analytics. All right, as an example of AI, to increase the effectiveness of marketing efforts and the engagement of customers with companies need to be able to recommend products that will retain the interest of their customers and satisfy their desire of a customer. Companies like Netflix, Spotify, Amazon, to just mention a few, they are now using AI to understand the habits or behaviors of customers to predict which product to recommend. Spotify, for example, monitors and understands the listening behavior and song preferences of users and uses AI to provide song recommendations that each user may likely enjoy. So the marketing here is not is guided by the user preferences. Other companies like Netflix make use of AI recommendation systems to keep users entertained and addicted to their product by providing movie recommendations that appeals uniquely to each user based on their distinct experiences. So you see here, artificial intelligence is guided by your previous experiences. In other words, we're saying it's being guided by data, previous data. So this previous data is one that we now use to point to you or to suggest to you based on your experiences. And approximately 75% of what users watch on Netflix come through these recommendations, and the company's AI recommendation reduces expenses by about 1 billion each year. Banks and fintech companies also use AI for predictive analytics in fraud detection and in determining customers that are likely to repay loans. So we can use AI for security reasons to detect fraud, okay? But it is based on the previous experiences. We can also use natural language processing, which is a branch of artificial intelligence. You know that machines can now read and write and understand languages like humans, okay? So with the advancement in natural language processing, companies now can offer smart digital assistant products to assist users in routine tasks. You see, all these processes are being guided by what we call in algorithm, all right? You notice that when you are developing these systems, you're going to be using algorithms. But what is an algorithm? An algorithm is just a series of steps designed to solve a particular problem, okay? So you're going to be using algorithms, and then in your coding, in your programming, you are now applying these algorithms to solve your problems. So companies can now use AI to generate automated business reports without human supervision, and also carry out sentiment analysis to understand people's perception of their brand from various online comments, tweets, etc. about the company. So most companies have got social media handles, like you'll be having your Twitter account, and then customers will be sending tweets to your account. So you can employ artificial intelligence so that it is going to search on all your tweets and look at analyze the sentiments that are coming from the customers and help the business to make a decision. So through sentiment analysis, companies can constantly understand the perception of people on their products and services. This helps to improve the quality of service and personalized product offering. Some companies now are applying what we call reviews. I think you have seen these reviews where when you're given a product, you're given an option to review the product. And then these reviews can be analyzed using AI, and then we can make a decision from the reviews. But what are the benefits of artificial intelligence in business? The benefits of business tend to gain a lot from the use of AI is actually endless and includes one, automation of processes. You can use artificial intelligence to automate your processes, business processes can be automated using what? AI, okay? And then more positive results from marketing activities and increased revenue. So business is going to benefit more in terms of marketing activities and the increased revenue. There's also going to be a better understanding of customers and improved experience of service offered top of customer, the CRM, customer relationship management. We can also have fraud detection and improved and more reliable customer service. So there's a lot to benefit from artificial intelligence. But ultimately, there's going to be efficiency and effectiveness in the way you do your business, which means that we're going to reduce costs and increase profits. But what are the challenges? What are the challenges of artificial intelligence in business? Obviously, AI has got its own challenges. Challenge number one, like we've talked about it before, data scarcity. Data is scarce. And the moment data is scarce, it means the accuracy of our AI system is going to be limited. If you starve your AI system, if you limit data supply, it's going to be limited in terms of what? Of accuracy. So even with the abundance of data available, like we're now in the data boom, big data is being developed, is being generated by companies. But as long as this big data is not being used for AI purposes, there's going to be some scarcity in terms of data. So for machine learning systems or for AI systems to work, there's a need for us to supply large amounts of data to train our models. Because training is key. If our AI is going to make a difference, training is going to be key, okay? So there's going to be limited use of AI in fresh areas in business where there isn't data available. The huge amount of data we have, most times largely applications including supervised training on labeled data. This poses a measure of challenge to the use of artificial intelligence in business. So in terms of machine learning, we've got what we call supervised training and unsupervised training. In supervised training, this is where we are using labeled data. All right, data which has got some labels, and we train it, then we use it for future use. Then there's also another challenge of algorithm bias. I've talked of what an algorithm is. An algorithm is just a series of steps to solve a particular problem. So in AI, we've got quite a number of algorithms that we use, all right? But now we're having a challenge of algorithm bias, all right? Recently, Microsoft and Amazon suspended the sale of their AI face recognition software. So Amazon and Microsoft developed an AI face recognition software, a software which recognizes an individual through their face. All right. So they suspended the use of it because of the ethnic and racial and gender biases of the software. So the software had some bias in terms of race and gender. All right. So this illustrates a major challenge of AI, depicting how bad the algorithm can function when trained on biased data. So when you are training your AI system, there's a need to use the most accurate or the most the correct data so that it doesn't have biases. So in the future, such biases will be probably addressed by AI systems, but for now, it poses a major threat to the adoption of AI in some areas of application because your algorithm is biased. What is bringing in the bias here is because of the data. It's because of the data that you are using. If you train your model with pictures which are biased in terms of gender, and then you deploy the model, when you deploy it, it is also going to be biased because of the poor training that it got. from the data and the algorithm. All right. So there's need to make sure that the data is on point. Then other challenges include limitations in current computing capability. Like we said, there's need for your computer to be up there in terms of user specifications. User specifications, we are looking at your hard drive size. We are looking at your RAM size. We are looking at your processing speed. Okay? If these specifications are limited, your AI system is also going to be limited in terms of performance. And then there are also issues to do with threats to data security and privacy. Since the use of AI involves the collection of sensitive information of people, you know, when you're collecting information from customers, sometimes the customers would not have consented to supply the information, all right? But if they've given consent to the use of information, normally there are terms and conditions which guide you in terms of how you are going to use the customer data. So this is ethics now. I think we'll talk about it later on in our course. So there's need for us to make sure that we are doing our business within the ethical grounds. All right. Like I said before, we now have the cyber security and data protection law. We need to make sure that our AI systems abide to that law, otherwise we'll be in trouble. All right. So artificial intelligence is actually everywhere. We now live in the age of big data, an age in which we have the capacity to collect huge sums of information, too cumbersome for a person to process. The application of artificial intelligence in this regard has already been quite fruitful in several industries such as technology, banking, marketing, entertainment. All right. All these sectors, they are using big data and using AI to make informed decision making. So we can't afford to work without artificial intelligence. Okay, we have seen that even if algorithms don't improve much, big data and massive computing simply allow artificial intelligence to learn through brute force, and there may be evidence that the Moore's law is slowing down, but the increase in data certainly hasn't lost any momentum.